That's like, it sounds like something Tyler Perry would write. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. You see the title, maybe you're confused. I know I am. Of course, you guys know of Rhode Beauty. It is a beauty brand owned by Hailey Bieber, Justin Bieber's wife. It is, I would say, one of the new like trendy makeup brands. You know, all brands have their phases. Like back in the day, Estee Lauder, Lancome were the brands you just had to try, right? Then it was Fenty Beauty and Huda and Melt Cosmetics. I would say now the brands that I see are the trendy, like you have to have it. They're what the cool kids are talking about. Rhode is definitely one of them. Any of those brands that people start acting like irrational about, those are the trendy brands. Like the way people were irrationally upset that their Rhode packaging was coming in just regular packaging and not the influencer packaging. So like Rhode Beauty, Rare Beauty, I think Janessa Myricks is pretty trendy on TikTok. Like those are the ones that are trendy right now, right? And it's like those brands everyone wants to have when you are in other countries. And that's why I bring it up a lot when people are like, oh, there are plenty of brands for you to go choose from, blah, blah, blah. Y'all gotta stop thinking that makeup is just for Americans. There are people in other countries who watch the same people that y'all are watching, who wanna be able to try the same things that the popular influencers are talking about, and they can't because it's not available in their country. South Africa being one of them. Like I think they just got Fenty Beauty a couple years ago, I think. And I'm not even sure if that was permanent. I'm not sure if it was a pop-up or if it was permanent. So all of that to say, I guess I can kind of understand how we got here. And that's the thing when it comes to scamming, like people be preying on being naive, being too eager, all of that type of stuff, right? So like I can see how we got here. Content creators on social media started posting that there was a new Rhodes pop-up shop at the Mall of Africa in South Africa. And people are excited, right? You're gonna go rush there because, like I said, finally get to try one of the trendy brands everyone's talking about. So they show themselves going into the store, dropping bags on products, and they show the, you know, the marketing, the decor of the store. It looks pretty legit. They show the products. It looks pretty legit. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, like that's cool. And I keep scrolling. And then like as time goes on, I start seeing stuff about the pop-up shop, but now I'm seeing the word scam added into it. So then I'm thinking, oh, if it's a scam, and I don't know how I thought this, but I thought maybe they were able to create a fake pop-up store where they're selling real Rhode products. In my head, I'm thinking, you know, they purchased the Rhode products and they jacked up the prices, right? That's how they're gonna make their money back off this scam by, you know, selling you something that was $6 for them for $16, right? No. So videos start coming out and this one girl is like, I want y'all to be like so for real when we're talking about this Rhodes pop-up. The Rhodes official Instagram, TikTok, website, nothing mentions a pop-up store in South Africa. Like that's a pretty big deal. You know, when you start going international and places that have been waiting to get your products, like brands are going to announce that. They didn't say anything about having a pop-up shop in South Africa. And then a girl takes it a step further and she emails the official Rhodes team and she's like, hey, there's this pop-up shop and you know, they're selling your products, blah, 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 blah. Is this you? They said, baby, who? Who is this for? Cause that ain't us. And it said something like, this is where you can find our official products, blah, 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 blah. And that's when people realize, oh, I was just scammed. Like that's actually so crazy to me. I will, you know, post what I've seen from videos and stuff like that. Like I said, the imagery, obviously they're just taking Rhode imagery that they've seen on social media and whatnot. And you know when you go back and look at things and you realize, you know, when you point that out, that kind of makes sense. People were like, if it's a pop-up shop, why would they have the boxes that Rhode mails your order in? Why would they have those boxes instead of, you know, like custom bags because it's a store, so you can put the stuff in store. And people were like, oh, well, maybe, you know, people thought that they were just doing that for the presentation because the box is what everyone has seen on social media. And to be fair, people were in fact on social media, you know, making a kick about the box that their orders were coming in and whatnot, why their box didn't look like the box that influencers get. You know, scammers pay attention to everything. So, but like little stuff like that, when you think about it, you're like, oh, you know, like that kind of makes sense. But for the most part, it looked legit. So no. I'm thinking they made a fake pop-up store and they were selling real Rhode products. No, they made a fake pop-up store and they were selling counterfeit Rhode products. This one girl made a video how she had already started using some of the products on her face. Counterfeit makeup, 0 out of 10 recommend. It's never worth it. You literally don't know what's in it. You barely know what is in makeup that you know is coming directly from the store. So there are, of course, are people who are worried about the fact that they put the products on their lips, on their face and whatnot, and now they don't know what's in it. It's not the official Rhode products. So some girl who had made a video going shopping, spending her money in the store, sees that it's a scam. So she goes back to the mall in less than 24 hours to return the stuff, to confront them like, you know, this is a scam, blah, blah, blah. Baby, when I tell you they got out of there like a thief in the night. Less than 24 hours, everything you saw in the store, how it was decorated, blah, 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 gone. This is what the store looked like by the time she went back there. That's a very calculated scam. It was a child, just like it never existed, like it was never there. Catch me if you can. So of course now people are contacting their bank and trying to figure out how to get their money back. I did see one girl say that she has been refunded, so I will just see how it goes as far as getting the money back and whatnot. I do believe they said the name of the brand or the company that's behind this scam, which if they know the name of the company behind the scam, is also like, how good of a scam could it have been if they already found you like that? Like, you're supposed to leave no traces for them to be able to find you. Reports suggest that a company called Butessa was behind the pop-up store, pulling off a scam so elaborate that it fooled hundreds of customers and managed to secure prime retail space at one of SA's biggest malls. See, that's another thing that people are pointing out. Some people are saying, oh, it's giving lawsuit for Mall of Africa because you had to lease them that space for them to have the pop-up store. How were you able to let a scammer in and fake like this big retailer? Like, you didn't verify to make sure that they were verified to be selling Rhode products, especially if they're under the name Butessa. Like, the fact that it's called Butessa and not Rhode Beauty, nothing told you maybe we should look a little further into this before letting them have this space to scam hundreds of people. Now, all of this is very fresh. I'm talking like a couple hours ago, like that article is literally a couple hours ago fresh. So we won't know how it's going to go moving forward. Will there be any consequences for Mall of Africa for letting that slide through, since they know the name of the company allegedly that did this? What's going to happen moving forward? But you know, that article ended it off talking about something like, moving forward, be careful, especially if the brand itself doesn't talk about it. A little snarky there, and I don't like that. You know, are people like really impressionable? Yes. Can people be naive? Yes. But like, scamming doesn't work if you don't go after people who are vulnerable, right? Like, people who have sense. You know, that whole scam going on right now where they keep sending text messages saying like, oh, you owe this balance on an Easy Pass type thing. That's not going to work on, you know, people who are not vulnerable, people who aren't, because like, you sending me that, and y'all know I don't drive anywhere that's more than 15 minutes away. So a highway, don't see me. who owns an Easy Pass? What? That's usually why scams are targeted towards, you know, the elderly. They literally don't know any better. Some, because some elderly people are just fine, right? But some can barely answer a damn cell phone, let alone can understand the text messages that are coming to them, right? You know, single women are preyed on a lot. Single mothers, preyed on a lot. Vulnerable people. So it's like yeah, I get wanting to, you know, be like, how could you fall for that type thing, blah, 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 blah. But like, let's be a little nice, right? Especially in the times that we are living in right now. I saw somewhere that said like during a recession, when the economy is bad, blah, 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 that's when millionaires are made, because there are people who are ready to pounce, who are ready to, you know, jump on the misfortune of others. You know, if the market crashes, if people are not able to afford their mortgages, so homes start going into foreclosures, there are people who are ready to jump and buy it for $1, $2. Now, there are some people who, you know, will jump on that and yeah, you'll be able to get your first house, blah, blah, blah. But there are also people already wealthy, companies who are ready to buy up the whole block so then they can go charge an even higher price that people can't afford. During the COVID pandemic, y'all remember when people were buying supplies that people needed, cleaning supplies, masks, stuff like that, and were selling it for like $300? A product that is $3, they started selling for $300. Why? Because people were vulnerable. People needed those products. People were in fear of dying, and you trying to sell them that product that they need for 100% markup. So it's like, you know, maybe a little bit more smoke for the scammers than smoke for the people who fell for it. On the other hand, during these times, this is when you need to be vigilant. This is, first of all, keep your pocketbook close to you. Before you open it, have I done my homework? Does this sound legit? Does it make sense? Sometimes you really just gotta say that, like, does it make sense? Now, I have seen people say like, has Rhode or Hailey Bieber said anything about this? Are they gonna do anything about that? I looked. If something was said yesterday, you know, stories expire within 24 hours and I missed it, then I missed it. But I haven't seen anything, and it's also like, there's not much that they can say. They had nothing to do with it. You know, like they can't fix anything because they didn't do anything. But yeah, yo, that's it. Like, I just want to talk about that because that was crazy to me. Like, to be able to pull that off, like, there are just like so many things you got to check off, and you just like really got to rely on the fact that, you know, people want this real bad, that they're, again, not going to be paying as much attention as they might have been in other situations, right? I think the closest that I've seen, you know, it ever be that deep in the beauty community to try to like pull stuff like this off are like the Kylie lip kits. Y'all remember that era? Yeah, like people wanted those lip kits so bad that they were literally buying it from the most sketchiest places, and then they were coming to social media like making videos about using those products and those products not working like the originals, and it was like, yeah, because it's not original. But other than that, I don't think it was ever that deep when it came to counterfeit makeup products. Maybe Fenty. I don't even think they did it with Fenty, because it's like, people like, just go buy it. I have to think also like people were excited to have genuine Fenty products at the time. Like, it was like a status. You know how when you purchased a beauty blender for $20 and you're like, yeah, I don't need Real Techniques no more. I got the official beauty blender. Like, that's why like you didn't really see too much of wanting counterfeit Fenty, because it was like, yeah, I got my gloss bomb. I'm one of the cool girls. So yeah, y'all, that is it for this video. Let me know what you think about this situation. Let me know what you think about how they were able to pull it off. And also, like, let me know what you think the outcome of this will be. Do you think it'll be easy for people to get their money back? Do you think, since they know the company that is behind this, anything will happen? And what might happen to Mall of America for letting it happen? Let me know all that in the comments down below. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.